Hey y'all, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are playing some more Disney Dreamlight Valley. Today we're going to be decorating Moana'S house in the Oasis, which is located on Eternity Isle, and we're going to go for something kind of jungle related and definitely overgrown. I think that this biome is absolutely stunning, and I thought that Moana'S home would be such a perfect addition for it. We're going to be decorating the top and bottom level in today's video, and I hope of course it brings you some Disney Dreamlight Valley inspiration. So to start off our decorating today, we're going to go ahead and fill in some greenery behind Moana'S home. I'm going to keep it pretty simple and just fill it in with bushes and some palm trees, especially since none of the rocky landscape has greenery on it. This is going to help give her house a more lush appearance, especially when we continue to fill it in. And to also give our build some dimension and different textures of trees, we're going to spawn in different sized palm trees until I find a large curved one, and this is going to kind of hang over the back of Moana'S house just to kind of give it a more overgrown jungle core approach. And once I get all this filled in, we're going to start working in front of her home too. So while we start decorating her house, it's kind of crazy to think that a lot of my DLC is nearly decorated. I don't really have that much space left to do. If you're new to my channel, I have been documenting every single build on videos and live streams, so feel free to check out my Disney Dreamlight Valley playlist. I just really love how these flowers look with Moana'S house. It just complements her color palette so beautifully, but of course, if you would rather use a different type of floral, you absolutely could. So originally I was going to do a sitting area right here at the edge of the biome, but I changed my mind on this. I do think it's a cute addition though if you wanted another sitting area, but instead I'm going to do a swimming pool on the left side of her home. And then for the next stage of my build, I'm going to use the new tropical plank pathing that we got with the DLC and kind of do a little L shape with it that is backwards, and then we're going to do a small little sitting spot directly in front of her home. Now originally when I was working on today's video, I was really wanting to move Maui over here and actually place him inside the little pond area next to the waterfall, but sadly his home would not fit in the location. It would be really great in the future if they would give us an option maybe to place him on land or something, because I would have loved having Moana and Maui in their own little spot, but I still think that this build turned out really cute and I made the best of the situation. Now that I got my plank pathing done, we're going to go ahead and do some path transitional areas on each side of Moana'S home. I really love using these stone clusters as pathing, especially when I'm not wanting to use the dirt rock border path that you see on my channel. Using also these stone clusters as a pathway is way more friendly towards your item limit, especially if you have a lot of areas to still decorate like I do. And to also keep it really natural and overgrown, I'm going to go ahead and decorate around the rocky pathways with more bushes and different types of greenery. I love using the fern item to kind of give a more overgrown look to my builds. And we're also going to be using some of the new underbrush that we got with the DLC as well. I'm absolutely obsessed with the new underbrush items because majority of them are one tile, so you can make pathways with them and really clutter with these in your builds. And this just adds a really nice overgrown realistic touch to it. I've even seen people use this underbrush instead of the rock border that we do on my channel, and it adds such a nice overgrown realistic look to those type of pathways too. So the great thing about this underbrush is you can just get really creative with how you place and decorate with it. And before I move on to the second level of the Oasis, I'm gonna go ahead and just fill in any empty areas with more underbrush and smaller trees just to really highlight that this is an overgrown jungle looking area, and then we'll go ahead and start decorating on the bottom level. I'm definitely really liking how this build is turning out so far. It was quite the challenge to figure out, especially since both levels are kind of small to work with, so like your space fills up pretty quickly. I also wanted to make sure this build was functional as possible because I still need to gather resources on Eternity Isle, so I want none of the mining nodes blocked off, and I also want to make sure I can still fish in the pond too. I think for this bottom level, we're going to do two different sitting areas. So I want like a little dining location. And then I thought also using the tree item with the little swing was super cute in addition to this build. And then I think we're going to do a little picnic table spot close to the mining node. And then to finish off the bottom level, I think we're just going to do some more rock pathing with the rock clusters. And then I'm going to add a few more of the Dazzle Beach rocks that have the trees attached to them just to kind of give it a more overgrown look. Now Now, if you wanted to use the new jungle rock clusters that we got with the DLC, you absolutely could. I've just been using them a lot through my jungle landscapes lately, so I kind of wanted to break up that decor and make Moana'S a little bit different, especially since I'm also really close to the desert biome. I felt like the Dazzle Beach decor suited the transitional area much better, but definitely feel free to add your own personal touch to this build and even make some changes to it too. So for the next stage of my build, I'm going to continue adding more Dazzle Beach clusters as needed, and then we're going to continue to extend our rock cluster pathing around the lake, and then we'll connect it over to the sandy incline next to the desert biome. To also fill in any unwanted space, I'm going to add in some beach grass and more different bushes and small underbrush items just to kind of give it a more overgrown look. If you wanted to add in some more decor, you could probably do another sitting area or maybe a little reading nook, but I'm trying to keep this as functional as possible, so some areas are going to be a little bit more empty than others, especially since I do need some resources to still spawn in this biome that I have not collected enough of yet. I'm also planning to add some water lilies and some decor into the pond, so we're going to do probably just 2 boats and keep it rather simple, especially since I do need to fish in this biome as well. So you can definitely add your own twist to this. I was just going for functional and stuff that would be easy to work around, especially when I'm resource grinding. But before we do our final overhead shots of how everything turned out in today's speed build, I do want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me as a creator. Just your support in general means the world to me. I hope that today's video brought you some Disney Dreamlight Valley inspiration. With that being said, thank you so much for watching and have a horrible day. I'll see you next video.